What if the AI that we use every single day could just break free from its digital tethers? We're about to dive into a concept that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, but it's happening as we speak. AI is learning to defy its own digital gravity, and it's starting to act in the world in a way we've never, ever seen before. So let's just start with this one big question. For years, right, we've treated AI like some kind of oracle. We ask a question, it gives us an answer. But what if that entire relationship is about to flip on its head? What if AI could take our goals and not just give us an answer, but actually act on them, all by itself?
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the problem, then meet the AI agents that are solving it, take a peek under the hood at how they work, see them out in the wild, look into the future, and then, of course, tackle the really important stuff, the risks and our responsibilities.
Okay, so let's start by grounding ourselves right here in the present. What exactly is this digital gravity that's holding back the AI we use today?
I mean, think about the AI you interact with. It's brilliant, right? It can answer a tough question, create an amazing image, summarize a huge document in seconds. But here's the catch. It's still just a tool. It's passive. It just sits there waiting for you to tell it exactly what to do step by step by step. It can't just take a big, complex goal and run with it. Well, that's the very limitation we're about to see get shattered.
And this brings us right to the solution, a whole new way of thinking about artificial intelligence, the AI agent. So what makes an AI agentic? Well, it really all comes down to one word, autonomy. We're not just talking about processing information anymore. This is about perceiving a situation, making a judgment call, and then actually taking action in the digital world to get something done, all without you needing to micromanage every single move. This comparison here really lays it all out. Conventional AI is kind of like a one-way street. You give a command, it spits out an answer. End of story. But agentic AI, it's a loop. It perceives, it plans, and then it acts. And it might repeat that cycle again and again until its goal is met. It's really the difference between a simple calculator and a full-on project manager.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. I mean, you wouldn't tell a super skilled employee how to write every single word of an email, right? Or how to click through a website to schedule a meeting. No, you give them a goal, like, hey, plan the team off-site, and you trust them to figure out all the little steps. That is the exact role that agentic AI is starting to fill.
So how is this even possible? How does an AI get this level of autonomy? Well, it all comes down to a new kind of framework, and some people have started calling it the anti-gravity architecture.
The anti-gravity name is really a metaphor, right? It's all about breaking free from being stuck in one place. Instead of being locked into a single function, this framework acts like a universal key, letting the AI agent float between different apps, websites, and tools, whatever it needs to get the job done. It's the software layer that gives the AI hands and feet to move around in our digital world. And the whole process really boils down to these three core steps. First, there's perception. The agent looks around and takes in information, kind of like how we'd read an email or check a website. Then comes planning. It strategizes. If you tell it, find me the best flight to Tokyo, its plan might be, okay, step 1, check Google Flights. Step 2, check Kayak. Step 3, check the airline's website. And finally, action. It actually does it. It goes to those websites and uses those tools to execute the plan.
Okay, so that's all the theory. But is this stuff actually happening? You bet it is. Let's look at some real-world examples that are out there right now.
Okay, this one is huge. Instead of a developer having to write every single line of code, they can now give an AI agent a high-level goal, like build me a simple weather app. The agent can then write the code, try to run it, see that it feels, figure out the bug, maybe even search online for a solution, and then rewrite its own code to fix it. It's this incredible self-correcting loop.
Now, here's an example that I think we can all get excited about. You could just tell an agent, hey, plan a 3-day trip to Paris for next month and keep it under $1,000. It would then go out, compare flight prices across different sites, check hotel availability, maybe even look up museum hours, and come back to you with a fully booked itinerary. It's literally your own autonomous travel agent. And this is where it gets really, really powerful. Just imagine a scientist giving an agent access to a massive genetic database and saying, find potential links between these genes and Alzheimer's disease. The agent could sift through petabytes of data, identify correlations we'd never see, form a hypothesis, and even design the lab experiment to test it. This could accelerate the pace of scientific discovery like nothing else before. So if that's what's happening today, you have to ask, where is all of this going?
Let's zoom out and explore what the future might look like.
You know, this timeline really shows we're just at the beginning. Right now, these agents are mostly specialized assistants. But in just a couple of years, we can probably expect them to manage whole business workflows or become the central hub for our digital lives. But look further out, 5+ years, that's where the truly mind-blowing stuff is. Networks of specialized agents. Imagine an economics agent working with a climate science agent, collaborating to tackle huge, global-scale problems.
Of course, giving this much autonomy to an AI, well, it's not without some serious risks. We have to be incredibly thoughtful about how we navigate these potential asteroids. And this, right here, is the central question we absolutely have to answer. When an AI can act on its own, a tiny error can spiral into a massive problem. Making sure these systems are safe, reliable, and actually aligned with our intentions, that is the most critical challenge of this entire new field. This table kind of breaks down the main challenges. First, you've got error propagation, where one little mistake snowballs. The solution? We need a human in the loop, and we need a big red off switch. Then there's decision bias. To fight that, we need to be able to look at transparent logs to see why an agent made a certain choice. And finally, to prevent misuse, well, that's all about rock-solid security and having really clear ethical rules before these things are ever deployed.
So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. The entire relationship is changing. We are moving from an era where AI is just a passive tool we command, and we're entering an era where AI becomes an active collaborator, a partner that works alongside us. And that leaves us with one last, pretty profound question to think about. As these agents start doing more and more of the doing, what does that mean for us? How do our jobs, our creativity, our very purpose change when we shift from being the workers to being the directors of these incredibly intelligent, autonomous agents? That's the future we are all now stepping into.